Hi, my name is Cheryl. I'm with Junkers Craft Co-op on Facebook, and on Instagram and YouTube I'm And You Just, and I'm here today with my Trace of Sparkle design team project. And I'm so excited. This is my second video for Jennifer and Trace of Sparkle. And I used in my journal that I made here, put it aside for a second, I used her beautiful nostalgic dream digitals paperwork. Digitals. they're they're just gorgeous. They're like black, white, neutral, and I just love them. She's got 3 ephemera pages, which I printed out really fast this morning, and I should have cleaned my black ink because I have some little lines, but you get the gist of how beautiful these are, and you'll see them even better in the book. But so there's 3 ephemera pages, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 background pages that are really cool. There's kind of a collage page. This one's kind of like a black and white wallpaper. There's another collage page. This looks like more kind of collage wallpaper. There's that one, and that one, and that one. And yes, I do need to clean my heads on my printer. Wow. Well, these will be cool. Make them into master boards. They won't go to waste. But check her out on Etsy. You will like her digitals a lot. So this is what I made. It's actually a no-sew journal, and I was going to show how to make it too, but I think I can just explain it as we go. I can kind of explain how I did it. So I actually made a book page base. So let's pretend this is our book page. Let me get 2 of these. So if we pretend these are our book pages, and then I took my frame, and then I took a piece of fabric, be any fabric really. Probably wouldn't use lace, but pretend this is like a piece of fabric. Then I just glued this down to either side of the page to hinge these 2 pages together. And then you turn that over, and you just keep building it. The same thing. You would take another piece of paper, and you would put another strip of fabric down. Pretend this is fabric. And then you would fold it over. And then you keep doing that, and then you're going to actually have kind of an open spine look with the fabric poking out, like how on here our fabric was black. So you have kind of an open spine look. Simple, easy, no-sew journal. So let's see, are we in right here? So I did this whole journal with nothing but her digitals, except for, of course, lace and fabric and flowers, kind of little extras. So I'm hoping I'm in frame all the way. So this is my cover. I kept it kind of simple, and I just did, I don't know if you can see, I did a background here. This is the book page behind. And then I did some cheesecloth that I coffee dyed, and then I did black cardstock. Then I did some more lace, and then down here, I really like this girl, so I wanted her on the front cover. And then I just kind of did a little cluster over here, and then just layers of course, other 3 different laces, and this is actually a leather piece, black leather. So, and then I put a little, these, I forget what these are called, But so you can put a little label there or write something in regards to this journal. I did make ties for it, so you can tie it. And now let's go in. The back is just plain black. Simple. Okay, so now make sure. Sorry, I'm going to adjust the camera just a pinch. I want to make sure we're in frame here. Okay, I think we're in frame. Okay, so the inside, I've created 2 pockets. I've actually printed this paper out twice and then folded it and lined it up. So when it's not in there, it still looks like a full page. But then I went ahead and I took some of the ephemera and I backed it in black cardstock. Put a couple little trim pieces on it. Of course, inked everything up. I love inking. I love the way the ink makes it look. So that's that side. You've got a little side tuck. This one's got an old antique lace trim for a pocket. And then, of course, this little cute little black and white cluster here. And then this is the little ephemera piece I made to go in it, which of course is a scrappy pad. And the top page is one of Tracy's digital ephemera pieces. And then this here, I actually not a sewer, so I buy this stuff up from Fun Life on a Budget on Etsy. And then I have some little applique piece right there that I think I got from a friend of mine, from Misty Wells. I think she sent that to me. And then here we have the second page layout, and see how this one I did on top of the fabric. I put the paper on top. This one I put underneath the fabric. So you'll see that I kind of staggered throughout it. I have a belly band here with, of course, an applique piece. This is one of her little ephemera pieces. It's a little bow. And, of course, I put a little flower on the bow. And just a piece of black and a piece of lace underneath it. And then this is the background page. This is actually from another kit of hers, but it went with it, and I didn't have the scissors. Only 7 pages. I didn't have enough, and I didn't want to repeat too many of them. So this one was from another background set she has, and it just fit in perfectly. So let's see. I did just a black tag with a little bit of crocheted trim up there. And then this is an envelope that she has. And I backed it with coffee dye paper. And I left it all open so you can actually use it as a writing space. Or if you want, you can glue it and shut it. But since there's not a lot of writing space in here, I thought, got to use all the ephemera for writing spaces. And of course you can write on the back of these with a white gel pen. So, but this other page here, I took her ephemera piece and I made a little pocket. Of course it is backed in coffee dye paper to make it thicker. I did print all these out on regular 20-pound paper and then backed everything. Because I wasn't sure what I was going to do, so I didn't want to waste a bunch of cardstock printing it out or heavier paper, because I wasn't sure what I was going to do. So that's what I do. I'll just print it out on regular paper and then I'll back it. So these are just backed with coffee dyed paper, 2 tag pieces, and then this one I backed, of course, with the black. And this one's backed with coffee dye paper. So that's in there, and then I've got just layers here. I've got, let's see, can you see where are we at? Can you see my layers here? I have a ruffled layer here, which I believe I got that from Doreen Ruck. And then I've got crocheted and lace here. And then I've got a little piece of old lace here, some buttons, some rosettes, trim, and some black lace. Just keeping with the colors. So let's see, next page. Still in frame now that I moved everything. I have a pocket here out of another ephemera piece, and of course made another little cluster over here with it. I love this paper, it's so pretty. And then I took an ephemera piece, cut it out, another ephemera piece. And a couple of these might be from another kit, but I'll look at a kit up and I'll link it below. So there's more tag pieces, and this is really cute. This is actually a little lapel pin of a key, and I just put it on there. This page is just what it is, so you can gesso over it lightly so you can write, or you can add something to that page if whoever gets this book desires to do that. Of course, there's a little cluster up here. And let's see, on this page here, I did a top tuck out of a piece of corrugated cardboard with a cluster. And then a mainframe. Then I put a tag. I backed it with coffee dyed paper from her ephemera kit, and then I had a piece of coffee dyed paper I just folded up, and I stamped it with Vintage Market. That stamp's actually from Lorna Taylor, Taylor Made Journals. And then over here I did a little slide cluster here with, of course, more corrugated paper, and some, this was like an old skirt that I was cutting up. Then we've got some of this black fabric here, and of course a piece of crocheted something here. And I think, yeah, you could actually use this as a tuck if you wanted. So I couldn't remember if I had left it to where you can stick something in it, but you can. So you can actually stick a piece of paper there. So I'll probably do something like this. I'll get another piece of coffee dyed paper or something and stick it in there. So there we go. See the next page. Keep moving around so I don't know if I'm in frame. Again, another cluster, another one of the little bows. This is actually some fabric that has some French writing on it. And of course it's black. And then I have a little bit more of this stuff in here. That skirt, another piece of black lace. And this flips up, and you've got paper in here where you can write. And then there's that wallpaper background. I put a little bit of gesso on it. I don't know if you can see. I put a little gesso on the fabric there, just to kind of, just for playing. I took another ephemera piece here, cut out all bunch of little, this is a little flower cut out, added some layers with lace, and of course the black cardstock behind it. And then I made another tag, and it has the black cardstock on the back and the paper ruffle. And then here, this is oops, stuck to the other tag. Okay, this is a large tag in a large pocket here, and then on the back I put a little pocket with a couple things to add to the journal. If whoever gets it wants to add to the journal, and then I put a big bow on top, so when you're looking at the top of the journal, it sticks out. Okay, let's see, next page. I'm working with a broken phone kind of, so I have one of those fold phones, Samsung new ones, the fold ones, and my screen went, the fold out part of the screen is broken for the second time. So I need to get it fixed. So I'm working on a little screen and hoping that I'm in frame. Okay, so here I've done a belly band, and I've added a cluster on the side here with, of course, some fabric and lace and an old bone button and a Tim Holtz paper doll. And then, of course, I put in another tag, a little bit of pink fabric up there. And then another cluster of note cluster with another one of the ephemera pieces and an old crochet piece there that I've cut down and put it on there. Am I even in frame? There we go. So there's that one. And then over here, I took of course, a junk mail piece that had the window and covered that in book page. Made another cluster, of course, over here with some more trims and laces and another paper doll. And then inside, I did not use the whole, if you could tell, I did not use the whole envelope piece. Or sorry, I used the whole envelope piece, but what I did was take another piece of her paper and glued it inside the envelope, so when everything's out of it, you still see something really pretty instead of just the inside of the envelope. And inside there, I have another black tag with little pink piece. I have a little piece of pink avocado dyed paper. I have another piece of ephemera backed with music paper, and then I have her here. And I've backed her on, I think it's on an index card. And then, of course, put a little tab. So those all go in here. There we go. And then over here, I definitely have to link the other kit I used, because this is from the other kit. And I can't think of the name off the top of my head. But there we have another little ephemera piece from this kit, not from this kit, from the original kit. And then this is coffee dyed, of course, and then a little cluster there, and that just tucks in. And then behind this one we have some lace pieces and flowers and some, I believe this is cheesecloth, I believe, sticking out. And over here in this pocket, we have a double pocket, actually. So I did a crochet trim piece for that pocket, and then I did a black lace trim. It's like, this is the whole off-white piece from here to here. And then in the middle of that, I put black lace trim, or crochet trim, and then, of course, a little flower to match the one over here. And they match. To kind of tie those together. And then in the back pocket, I've taken this ephemera piece, backed it on black cardstock, and then we have a tag with coffee dye paper, another ephemera piece with coffee dye paper. So those go in that pocket. And these are just cute little file folders, and I've backed them in coffee dye paper, and that's the little piece that goes in it. And of course I backed that, and those go in this front pocket, and there's two of those ones, and they go right in there like that. So that's, whoops, I hit the camera, sorry. Alright, next page. Again, this one I left kind of blank. You don't have to gesso or anything on this one. You could just literally write on this one. You could on this one too, but maybe with the black Sharpie or something it would show. Or, you know, you could add a little piece of coffee dye paper, flip, something. But, okay. Enough with ideas, right? Okay, so, and that one I just did an easy cluster in the corner. And then here, am I in frame? Trying to stay in frame. I'm really sorry if I'm not. Move it this way just a little. We have another pocket here that I've did with some old crochet lace. This is a piece that is actually wrapped around. It is actually this piece. Where is it? It is actually this piece right here. And what I did was I folded it in half. So half of it is on this page and half of it is on this page, creating like a little pocket. So, and then of course added a little paper doll to that, as well as, you know, some little white stuff sticking out here. But this is a tuck as well as this being a pocket. So we have an ephemera piece, simple, where am I? Simple ephemera piece with, of course, the gathered paper, black cardstock, inked up, that goes in there. Then we've got 2 more ephemera pieces. I've added a rose to one of them on top, a little black rose. Then we have another file folder, and in that file folder we have another little postcard, and then I have another paper doll that she kind of sticks out. So she just kind of sticks out wherever you want her. So there's that page. And then over here, there's that folded over, made another little cluster with some old buttons, and of course an ephemera cutout piece, and made more tags. I've got the round tag, backed in coffee paper, another tag backed in coffee paper, got another one backed in coffee paper, and this one where I've made a little cluster on the top, and of course black cardstock. And her beautiful papers here. And on this side here, this is actually a little tuck. I stuck a little paper doll inside there. It's a little fan. Took a piece of tracing paper, made a cluster at the top, and then underneath is this here. So you can actually write on here. And then I think we're getting to the last page. So here, of course, I did another little top cluster with a tuck in it. Added a little key charm, different crochet and lace pieces. This, of course, is another black cardstock tag, and this is another piece of paper that I just folded up for writing. And then over here, the last pocket here, I took another piece of the paper, just about 1.5 inches, 2 inches wide, and made a pocket not all the way at the bottom, kind of up a little bit, and then made another cluster here with this is some really old black lace, and an old piece of, I think this might even be tatting, and then of course the flower there, and then of course a couple little tags I made. This one's got a little black trim at the top, and then the 2 there, and those just go in there, and that's it. And then it just ties up, because it's a chunky little thing. You just tie it up, and there we go, all tied up. Pretty little package ready to go. So that is my design team project for a sparkle, and I hope you enjoy it. Have a great day. See you in 2 months.